Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Radiant Guardians. My name's Crispy. Please rock the like and also check out the description box down below. You'll find all the links down in the description box. Alright, help yourself, have a look and see what there is. Right, I have got an article and we're going to continue with the false flag learning and what we can be aware of. And you know what, I tell you what, it is just so important for us to be aware of certain things that are going on, right? Because we are soul. Soul is 5D, okay? Living in a 3D physical body and physical realm, right? So we need to continue, right, to learn everything that we can, but we've just got to be so aware, okay, aware of what is out there, what is good for our spiritual growth, what is good for our evolution, right, what is good for us as star seeds and way shoals and light workers. And false flags are happening all the time, guys. So we just got to be aware of them. That's all it is. Just be aware. Alright? Know that they're there, know that they're operating, know that they're happening. Yeah, I'm not in my car, but anyway, how are you guys doing? Yeah, the children are at school. Yay! And I could get this video made and get it done. So, yeah. Well, Christmas is coming up really fast. We're already into the 1st of December. Oh my god, that was so quick. Where did the time go, right? I mean, time goes really quickly. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what time it is throughout the whole day, and don't even know what day it is. Having to check the calendar and check my phone and find out what day it is or what date it is, right? I mean, especially if you've made appointments and you've got to go and find out what days those are. So yeah, I am so excited about life. I'm excited that we incarnated here on planet Earth and that we are signed up for this, right? A lot of us did. All of us did, really. We signed up for this. We got the clarion call. Here we are, and a lot of us are like walk-ins, right? And it's no different than anybody that has a soul awakening and that has incarnated into their body. It's just a different kind of thing, you know. Soul swap. One consciousness out and the other one comes in. And yeah. So I'm pretty excited. I'm excited to be here. I hope you all are too. I'm healthy, I'm well, taking care of my vessel, my avatar, my body. To me, this is 5D, and soul is 5D, alright? So, I'm here, and I'm healthy, and I'm well, and I hope you all are too. I hope you all are taking care of your vessel, your avatar, your body. It's honestly, seriously, the only one you have, so we better take care of it, right? We better do everything that we can to take care of this. Also, you know, in my recent video that I just did, we did a false flag, you know, what are false flag operations and what are false flag scenarios, right? So we're kind of like learning all about that because I have never really shared about that before. And when I find information and I start reading it and start learning about it and start growing from it, you know. And as Dolores Cannon said, this is Earth School, so we've got to continue to grow. We've got to continue to learn. And we take in what resonates for us and we discard anything that doesn't, right? So on our ascension journey, we are activating light codes, okay? And we need those activation light codes where it comes through information and everything like that. Hold on a second, I'm just grabbing a tissue. Alright, Now that was quick. Alright, I mean it might be summer over here, but still, I don't know. Ascension sometimes, I guess. So we're going to keep learning, keep evolving, keep growing. Alright, never stop learning. Alright, never stop learning everything that you need to learn. And there was something that was on my mind before that I wanted to share with you guys about ascension and everything. You know, over the 5 years, I had a walk-in, and this was like in 2020, when all the shit show was happening and everything was going down, right? And it was in November. So for me, and having a soul swap was taking place in November the 14th. So one soul gone out and the other one comes in. And you know, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that came in around 2020. There was a lot. There was a heck of a lot of walk-ins and awakenings happening around about that time, right? I mean, when we have events like that, it triggers an awakening. It triggers a deep awakening and soul activation, right? Where the soul just comes awake and just like, whoa, what's going on? What's happening? You know, and then you start to connect all the dots and everything. You try and line it all up, and it's like not making sense anymore. It's like, well, what the heck is going on? So during those times, right, when there is something happening that the dark hats, the dark forces, the cabal, the secret government, the shadow government, deep state government, whatever you want to call them, right, when they start to do something, right, do something that's just out of the ordinary, and that actually, you know, through what they do, it creates fear. And that's the tool that they use to control the masses, is fear, and putting out a lot of red flags out there and false flags, right? So yeah, they control everybody by fear. And let me tell you something, right? When you get over in that place of fear, you become putty in their hands and easy to control. Okay? So that's what happens. That is what happens when those that have not had an awakening experience, and they actually controlled by their fear and controlled by, you know, they've been manipulated, they've been controlled, they've been programmed, right? They're still in their program, they haven't snapped out of their programs yet, and they're still listening to the news, still watching the news, believing all the BS that's coming across from their TV screen, right? So they are the ones that are still being controlled, right? And when they're in fear, now they are putty in the hands of those that tend to have control of world events and everything that's going on in the background, kind of thing. Alright, so I'm going to share this, my notes and this article that I found. I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to go deeper into it, and we're going to keep learning. We're going to keep learning because we need to be aware. Alright, we don't want to be a target for the dark hats so that they can, let me tell you something. This is what I was going to share with you before, that it is easy to go back to sleep. It is. When you get too far out and you give energy, right? You give energy to the freedom matrix, you give energy and you put yourself out there, you can easily fall back into that coma zone. Oh, we call it comatose or something like that. But you can easily go back to sleep. And that's what I mean. If you keep going out there and you keep staying out there and you don't stay here within, this is your home. This is your house. This is your place of safety. And they don't want you here. Okay? They want you out there so that they can control you. And if you're out there, then you're going to be controlled by their manipulation. You're going to be controlled by their lies. You're going to be controlled by the BS that's coming through, right? And if you don't, if you're not careful, to stay here, right? I mean, come on. You know, what did Dolores Cannon always say? Stay here and work on self. Be the best version that you can be, right? We are to be the best version that we can be. And there was a split in the earth. You know, a split in the earth is like having a split from the 3D matrix, right? And the 5D. So soul is 5D, right? And when we get into 3D matrix, it's like your personality, your brain, your personality, your ego is in 3D, all right? 3D matrix, 3D programs. And when you're in soul is 5D. All right. So I hope that makes sense. I really do. And yeah, so when we are out there and we're not here, we're going to easily be controlled out there. Not only that, like I said before, like I just said, it is easy to go back to sleep. It is way easy. They're using every tactic now, all right? Yeah, the white hats are doing everything that they can, and they are behind the scene. They're working as fast and as much as they can. Now, you know, Ismail Perez has shared a lot of information about the white hats and what they're doing and everything, and that is great. That is wonderful. But guys, we've got to do our own digging. We've got to do our own research. We've got to come right back here, right? Meditation, getting into that place of meditation, getting into that place of staying right here and working on inner self, right? Doing a lot of inner healing, continuous work, and it is a continuous work. Did you know that this is not something that, you know, you wake up one day, your soul just experiences an awakening, and you come to, and it's like, wow, look at everything that's happening. All the veil has come off, right? The veil's come away from your eyes, and now you can see the truth, right? But don't get too relaxed. And sometimes we can. So, come on, let's be honest now. Sometimes we can get a little too relaxed and not do any of our homework and not do any of our own research. So do not make any one source the only source of truth, okay? Get digging, search, research, ask your guides, right, to guide you to the information, okay? You will find it. There's a lot of gem and treasure out there. But just use your discernment, right? Always use your discernment. Only take what resonates for you. Only take, you know, information as a grain of salt, all right? So yeah, be aware, take good care, all right? All right. And be present. That's another thing. Always stay present, all right? You can never go wrong when you're present. But when you, yeah, like I was saying before, when you're out there in the 3D matrix and you're playing around out there, yeah, it sometimes can be really hard to come back. All right, so stay here, meditation, drink fresh water, eat clean food, clean food, detox, right? We still got to continue to detox and everything like that. Oh, meditation, detox, eat clean, nature walks, hug trees, right? Go out into Mother Nature, get amongst all that beautiful energy, right? And yeah, just really take good care of self. Okay, so let's learn. Let's keep learning. Let's keep growing together, right? And you know, guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching my videos, and thank you for your continued support. And if you've got any comments that you want to pop in comment box down below. Please feel welcome. I actually love it when you guys comment, and it doesn't matter, you can comment about anything, you can put anything, alright? Alright, oh, and if you want to do a live with me, send me an email and I will hook you up. Okay, so now we're going to dive into this information and continue to learn and keep going. Alright, so before I start, how is everyone actually doing out there? Please drop some comments in the comment section down below. Let me know how you're doing. Alright, let me know how everything is with you, and if you're okay, do you need to reach out? We have a Telegram chat group if you'd like to come and join us. It's called Guardian Alliance, and yeah, so come and join us on Guardian Alliance. The link is in the description box down below, right there for you to tap on it and come and join us and meet all the other starseeds, and a lot of them are from Ishmael Perez's lives as well. So yeah, a lot of the family from Ishmael Perez lives are also in the Telegram chat group. So Guardian Alliance is where it's happening and where it's all at. So I'll see you guys there. Alright, don't be by yourself, okay? Come and join us. We'd love to have you there. We even roll out a red carpet for you. Okay? Alright, I love you guys. Okay, so when gaining clarity about the controlling motivations to maintain and advance power and control in the global scape, to dominate world economies and further the master-slave narrative, the concept of carrying out covert military operations or false flag events to serve these agendas and becoming increasingly evident. Man, this is really juicy information, and I love finding information like this. I love finding articles where they've got a lot of meat. Alright. And so, false flag operations are designed to create a false narrative and designed to deceive the masses while disguising the actual source of responsibility. And so, in order to hide the real organisation behind the attack or enemy and to gain strategic advantages. False flag attacks are a method of psychological warfare in which a public reaction is led to follow the breadcrumbs and trails, and to be much more likely to support their own government and military forces, especially the operation is blamed on outsiders. Yeah, that'll be about right. So without full disclosure, however, most of the general public does not understand that the small band of power elite families coordinated a plan to declare war on the rest of the Earth population many years ago, right? And with the greater assistance of non-terrestrial entities exploiting their power and greed. You know, the thing is that there's sort of like all these rumours about nuclear war, World War III, and all that, and that's been just going on for years, you guys. I mean, they're always talking about war, right? And then, you know, I don't know, I think it was about something like 3 or 4 years ago, there was talks of World War III. But let me tell you something, let me remind you of something, you guys, that World War III, spiritually, is for your consciousness. That's where the war is happening. It's happening for your consciousness. That is the World War III. It's a spiritual World War III for humanity's consciousness. And that World War III is like happening as I speak, you guys. So this is why I said, Stay right here. Come within. Stay within. This is your house, your temple, your holy place, right? So stay right here, guys. Okay. And so they are using every strategic of psychological manipulation and emotional exploitation against the public. And they are using every media forum in order to gain full spectrum dominance over the timelines in the future. And as we gain more understanding about the propaganda model and how it is used to manipulate and manufacture consent, we can avoid the pitfalls and open ourselves up to promote open discussions and informed debate on many topics that are labelled as unapproved or conspiracy theory in the mainstream. Conspiracy is fact on planet Earth, and there are many pieces of factual evidence that portray these conspiracies throughout history that are fully documented throughout governmental agencies in black and white. Many dispo leaders and military strategics throughout history have acknowledged the use of false flags as psychological weapons against their own country. And so the easiest way to gain control of the population is to carry out acts of terror. And the NAA uses these tactics very well. And so to understand what we actually are looking at, we first have to decode the methods used in psychological warfare to see how deep down the rabbit hole the psychological manipulation and exploitation of humanity goes and the main reasons behind it. So there's a lot that goes on when it comes to false flag operations, right? And a lot of it is to deceive humanity, a lot of it is to gain control, and a lot of it is used to put fear, right, in humanity or those that are not aware of what's actually really going on behind the scenes, right? They don't know. Oh my gosh, everything that the dark forces use, right? The dark hats, the puppeteers, the cabal, everything that they use is not for humanity's good. It is for their own good. Everything is to serve them, not us. All right? Okay. And so let's have a look at another piece of information that I'm going to share with you guys right now. And this one is psychological operations. What is psychological operations short for? It's short for PSYOPs. Alright. So psychological operations are planned operations to convey selected information and indicators to audience to influence their emotions, motives, and objective reasoning, and ultimately the behaviour of governments, organisations, groups, and individuals. The purpose of the United States psychological operations is to induce or reinforce behaviour favourable to US objectives. PSYOPs involves the careful creation and dissemination of a product message. There are 3 types of products that are used to create messages. They include white products, which are used in covert operations, and grey and black products, which are used in covert PSYOPs. White, grey, and black don't refer to the product's content, but rather the methods used to carry out the operation. Think of white hats, black hats, and grey hats in the technology sector. Alright, so psychological warfare. Psychological warfare or the basic aspects of modern psychological operations, have been known by many other names or terms, including MISO or PSYOPs or political warfare, heart and minds, a propaganda. The term is used to denote any action which is practiced mainly by psychological methods with the aim of evoking a planned psychological reaction in other people. So various techniques are used and are aimed at influencing target audience, valued system, belief system, emotions, motives, and reasoning or behavior. It is used to induce confessions or reinforce attitudes and behavior favorable to the originators or objectives, and are sometimes combined with black operations or false flag tactics. Hold on a second, guys. There we go. Yep. It is also used to destroy the morale of enemies through tactics that aim to depress troops' psychological states. Target audience can be governments, organisations, groups and individuals, and is not just limited to soldiers. Civilians of foreign territories can also be targeted by technology and media so as to cause an effect in the government of their country. And now with propaganda is information, especially a biased and misleading nature used to promote a political cause or point of view. Propaganda is often associated with psychological mechanism or influencing and altering the attitude of a population towards a specific cause, positions or political agenda in any or effort to form consensus to a standard set of belief patterns. Propaganda is information that is not objective and is used primarily to influence an audience and further an agenda, often by presenting facts selectively, to encourage a particular synthesis and perception, or using loaded messages or loaded language, and to produce an emotional rather than a rational response to the information that is presented. And a lot of that is also, they use a problem solution reaction, right? They cause a problem, they come up with the solution, while they cause a problem, then they get a reaction, and then they come up with that solution. So a lot of it is also part of this as well. Alright? So yeah, and that's what they did back in 2020. There was a problem that they caused, and then they got the reaction from the masses, and then they came up with a really quick and fast solution. Yeah, I know, right? Propaganda is often associated with material prepared by governments, but activist groups and companies can also produce propaganda. In the 2010s, the term propaganda is associated with manipulative approach, but propaganda historically was neutral and descriptive term. And a wide range of materials and media are used for conveying propaganda messages, which changed as new technologies were invented, including paintings, cartoons, posters, pamphlets, films, radio shows, TV shows, and website. So, a controlled opposition is a protest movement that is actually being led by government agents. Nearly all governments in history have employed this technique to trick and subdue their adversaries. Notably, Valdemar Len, who said, "The best way to control the opposition is to lead itself." Alright, you guys. Yeah, that is great information there. And now, let's have a look at psychological warfare. Alright? Sometimes that psychological warfare is another tactic that's always been used. And so all the basic aspects of modern psychological operations has been known by many other names or terms, including military information, support operations, right? Psyops, political warfare, hearts, minds, and propaganda. So various techniques are used and are aimed at influencing a target audience. Value systems, belief systems, emotions, reasonings, or behaviours. It is used to induce competitions. Right, we have gone over that before, and so we've learned all about that as well. And so target audience can be governments and organisations, just as I was saying. Alright, so there's one thing I want to talk to you guys about now, is the master-slave mentality. And what is that, right? So the controllers guide institution structures that model abuses of power by worshipping profit-based incentives. And materialistic consumerism are over the well-being of humans, are broken and corrupt. They are designed to serve those with the master-slave mentality. So what do we mean when we say master-slave mentality, right? Well, what that actually means is that we must first realise that the long-term intent of these massive institutions is for mass conformity into the slave mentality, while gradually introducing soft-kill methods of a pre-planned and controlled genocide. Yeah, well, they did that back in 2020, didn't they? And the promotion of poverty, war, disease, and human misery are all serving the master mentality that is backed by the alien handlers. And so, therefore, it is important to understand that the corrupt system which governs and controls human culture have been socially engineered by the NAA and power elite for the purpose of consciousness enslavement. In order to achieve these objectives, we have all been groomed to accept the controller pillars of the 3D narrative and to accept abuse of power as a standard human behaviour carried out by the self-proclaimed masters. Abuse of power embedded in the system are not merely a random action or an honest mistake made by putting greedy and corrupt people in positions of power over others. And although this is a strong factor, because most people in the higher ranks of power have been placed there due to their low ethics, or have infiltrated through some larger agenda. It is the intentional design in the way of society structures that have been meticulously built through secretive means to take control over the shape of humanity into slave mentality, to capture people's thoughts and to influence them in the direction the controllers want them to go. So a lot of these controllers, they think that they think to themselves like, we don't have to do our thinking for us anymore because we've got people in government that can do all of our thinking for us. They're going to protect us, they're going to keep us safe, right? And They're going to make sure that our country doesn't come under any attacks by another country out there, right? And let me tell you something. You know what? Go back into the times of Egypt and have a look at all the gods, right? A lot of them, like, they divided everything up between them, like countries, right? All the gods got together and it's like, well, you have that piece of country, you have that, and you have that, and you have that. They divided it all up, but they were the same group and same family kind of thing. You know what I mean? And so it's like having a family and you have an inheritance, and it's all been divided between all the siblings, right? And each one has got their own piece. Okay, so in the Egyptian stories, you look at the gods, and a lot of them had divided everything. The countries were divided, and one took that, and the other took that, and that, and so forth. I think those are the stories in the Mesopotamian ancient histories, or what was that other name that I'm trying to think of, and I can't think of it right now. Alright, anyway, we'll get back to this. And so this means, where did we get up to? So, to what degree can we recognise that we have been intentionally programmed to be totally dependent upon them in order to submit to absolute authority, no matter how inhumane or cruel? So, yeah, as guys, we should not acquiesce, right? Just do not acquiesce, okay? I mean, we give our power away, and we've given it our power away to a whole lot of corrupt humans that are part of the government, and then you've got the puppeteers that are controlling those humans, right? We live in a very, very, but not anymore, not anymore, right? Take back our power. And when you are wide awake, when you experience awakening, when you experience the dark night of the soul, and you start coming over here and taking care of self, you can no longer be controlled. They can't control you anymore. So that is the most amazing news. It's like, when they tell you to jump, you tell them to F off. Okay, so this means we decide how much we are willing to know of these unpleasant truths, and that have been built into the firmament of the pillars running our society. And so to what degree can we recognise that we have been intentionally programmed to be totally dependent upon them in order to submit to absolute authority, and no matter how inhumane or cruel? Classified documents and non-disclosure agreements under penalty of total annihilation of one's life and livelihood keeps many a potential whistleblower or mouth shut. So this deep knowledge will inherently change our world view and belief system as we shed the slave mentality and begin to critically think for ourselves. So what was I saying? Let's start critically thinking for ourselves. We don't need them anymore to think for us. We take our power back, and oh my God. Say with me right now, I am God, I am sovereign, and I am free. Say it. I am free. Yeah, free of their control, right? Free from their grips and control. I can do all my own thinking for myself. Thank you very much. Alright. And this deeper knowledge will inherit change our world view and belief system as we shed the slave mentality. So in order to become a productive course for improving the lives of all people worldwide, to remove human resistance to their long-term takeover agenda, the secretive infiltration of the core society and organization structures began thousands of years ago, and silently and methodically introducing inverted systems to take over the structure governing the top hierarchy and monarchy, military, politics, or political, religious, or medical, or financial and legal systems. So this would be ideal to shape the value system that generated the Pavlovian or style of behavior modification in material-based reality that they seek to control. And so through the engineering of the labyrinth of self-enforcement or in self-enforced enslavement policies based on fear and intimidation. So it's a lot of fear, it's a lot of intimidation, and it is a lot of mind control. So they have these mind control tactics in place, right? And that's another video that I'm going to make for you guys and share with you about implants, okay? And there are implants, all right, within the psyche. All right, but that's for another video. But anyway, I'll keep going. So the people on Earth would effectively enforce their own enslavement as, hold on, let's back it up, to control the minds of the Earth inhabitants. They would use minimal off-planet resources and remain invisible as the ruling class. The people on Earth would effectively enforce their own enslavement, and as well as enslave their own global human family by giving up their rights, their access to knowledge, and their resources. This is very effective for takeover and invasion with minimal resistance or revolt by inhabitants and who are unaware they are being invaded by an unseen enemy, that a silent war is being carried out against them. And that's what I was talking about before. The silent war is a war for your consciousness. Alright? It is a war on your consciousness. None of the World War III is going to be happening. There's going to be no nukes operated. There's going to be no nukes against any country or anything like that. And you know, you're going to have to just like read between the lines as well. They're not going to do any of that. A lot of that is just fear tactic. Alright? I don't know why there is even discussions about World War III and nukes and everything like that. And, you know, it's kind of like take your eyes off, you know, the real war that's going on for humanity consciousness and just focus it over there. So if they can get you to focus over here and get your eyes fixed on, well, there's going to be nuclear war, they're talking about war, they're talking about nukes, blah, blah, blah. While over here, they're working on manipulation. They're working on control. They're working on fear. They're working on mind control of humanity. All right? Here's all where it's all actually happening. The truth is happening over here. That there is just a shit show. All right? Just a shit show. It's all BS. All right? The truth is over here and what they're doing. All right? And if we're not careful, because we're the ones that they're targeting, right? That we're the ones that are targeting, because we've taken back our power and we can't be controlled anymore. And they need to control us again. They lost power and control of us. And so they're fighting to get that control and that power back. They're fighting to take our power away. Alright. So I shit you not, man. I shit you not. And that's what's going on behind the scenes. Okay, so be vigilant and be aware and be awake, right? Be alert. Oh, be on your game. Okay, come right back in here. Do all your inner work, meditation, prayer meditation. Spend time with the Most High God, the living God, right? The living God is who I call the divine. Okay, Alright, where did I get up to? So the NAA and controllers use the hidden mind control game to play the master-slave narrative against another species, Earth humans, which is designed to invoke submission to brute power as the authority and to accept power abuses as normal and part of everyday life, in order to ensure means for personal survival. I'm gonna say something here because, like, back in 2020 to 2021, right, over in Australia there was this lady, and just because she wasn't wearing a mask, she got tackled and taken down on the ground, and that was in Australia. So over in Australia they were going through a lot of hard times over there, and yeah, it was very, very brutal what they had done there in Australia, and I feel for the Australians. So let's keep going. I mean, gosh, but yeah, and that's what happened. It's kind of like a young girl, you know. It's like they take away your will. Well, back then in 2021, they took away freedom and will, right? Your free will. So when she didn't want to wear a mask, or she had good reason not to wear one, right, they just took her down to the ground and tackled her and put handcuffs on her. So that's the craziness that everybody was living amongst. They indoctrinate the power elite into master-slave narratives in order to act as the representative prison wardens on the surface. Yep. Just what I was saying, and you know, prison wardens, and it's like martial law, alright? But then you've got prison wardens trying to control you. And alright, aligning them with the alien invasion slavery agenda rather than siding with humanity. So to better understand the recipe for the master-slave narrative and how it spreads fear and survival consciousness, let's look at slavery in America and the mindset of slave owners during the timeline which motivated it. Think of the mindset of the slave owners as the NAA. Now, NAA is Negative Alien Agenda. That's the abbreviation, and the condition that is created for mental slavery, emotional slavery, and spiritual slavery. Physical slavery that are imposed on all of humanity across the globe, regardless of their tribe, sex, or skin color. We may only think of slavery as a physical event in which a ball and chain or 4 walls have imprisonated the physical body. However, slavery extends to the mind, to the emotions, and to the spirit. So it's not all just physical, it is mind, emotions, and spirit. And so to understand the effects of world slavery and how it has impacted all of us individually and collectively, we have to begin to think of slavery at all levels. It is being perpetrated physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Why is it happening like that? Because let me tell you, when we do all of our inner work, right, we're not only doing, just inner work here, we're doing inner work for the mental body, emotional body, spiritual body, physical body, etheric body, alright? 5 bodies that we're doing a lot of healing, a lot of cleansing, a lot of relearning, unlearning, right? That's what we're doing. Okay, so and this is what is talking about, is that they try to take control, or they have taken control of humanity, mentally, spiritually, physically, and etherically, right? And emotionally. Okay, so depending on the critical narrative, demographics, and prosperity of the nation, this will inform us of how the master-slave narrative is used to generate learnt helplessness and dependency on the corrupt inverted system in order to self-enforce enslavement in that population, and the extent to which the common people will mimic the same slavery mindset to self-enforce the same type of oppression upon their brothers and sisters when they don't conform to the consensus or narrative. So the enslaved mind that has been conditioned to feel secure while conforming to the master-slave narrative will enforce those same conditions of slavery on others from their own deep subconscious fears. Wow. Scary stuff. But we don't need to be afraid because we're not controlled by them anymore, are we? Absolutely not. And yeah, there's a lot happening, and it's a lot of it is all to do with the a lot of it is all to do with war for your consciousness. All right, war for your consciousness, manipulating and controlling, mind control of your emotions, your physical, your mental, your spiritual, and etheric bodies, right? It's all about control in everything. It's all about keeping humanity in line. They want control over us, and they don't want us having spiritual work and doing our spiritual work. They don't want us hugging trees. They don't want us taking care of ourselves. But the soul is 5D, right? And when you experience that awakening, you are 5D soul consciousness. All right? Yeah, you sure are. Well, that is all that I've got for you for now, but I hope that you got a lot from it. Please only take what resonates for you. Use your discernment. Feel the truth that comes through frequency, energy, vibration, and learn what you can. And a lot of the information and articles that I share with you is light code activators, so it's activating your DNA as well. And as I've said before, only really take what resonates for you. But that was awesome information. I really enjoy delivering those articles to you and sharing this information, because we do really need to know all about this and what's going on behind the scenes. All right, sure, the white hats are doing their thing and the star seeds are doing their thing. There's a lot of departments, okay? There are so many departments and there are so many workers, right? You've got the white hats doing their thing, you've got the star seeds, the way shows, the light workers. Everybody is working in different departments, okay? To bring the disclosure, to bring the truth, to bring that energy. And you know what? It's all about raising the energy frequency of the planet, right? When we do this, we actually send out an energy that awakens those that are still asleep. So we put that energy out there when we do meditations. We put that energy out there when we do prayers. We put that energy out there, and it is a positive and good, energy that we put out there. We raise the vibration frequency of planet Earth, and that's what we're here for. We anchor our light into planet Earth and we raise the frequency, energy, vibration. And when we do this, absolutely, there's going to be awakening happening all over the planet, right? Because the other souls start to feel the frequency vibration of that, all that we put out there, and then it awakens them, and it's like, whoa, I felt something, I saw something, I did something, I am something. But anyway, yeah, that's all I got for you for now, and I hope you enjoyed all this information and my sharing with you guys. I love you always, and bless you guys for being here, and bless you guys for still learning, right, and keep going. And yeah, alright guys, so that is it. Please go back over the video, have a look at any information that that really stood out to you, and also if you have any questions, write them down, bring them to Ishmael Perez's live, and fire away, ask him anything that you want. And not only that, you know, as I keep saying before, we got to do our own research, right? We've got to pick up our own spade and do our own digging for the truth. We can't just rely on one source of truth, alright? There are a lot, like I said, the disclosure of the Great Awakening ascension that is happening on planet Earth. There are a lot of departments, guys. I mean, think of it like this. You go into a supermarket, and in the supermarket they've got deli, they've got freezing works or frozen goods, right? And then you've got the checkout operators, then you've got the staff that put all the food on the shelves, and they work in that department. So there's many departments in one store, and everybody is doing their bit, okay? So with the community disclosure, with the starseed community and the disclosure and everything, the white hats and everybody's got their own departments. Like Ishmael Perez has got his department, he's working in his department, right? And then you have other light workers that are working in their department, like Laura Eisenhower, and then you've got Sasha Stone, you've got David Icke, you've got all these people that are a part of the disclosure and part of the information and sharing all the likes. Alright, so everybody has their own department. I've got my own little department here. Alright, sitting in front of you. Alright guys, that's enough from me now. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. Alright, so if you have any questions, yeah, write them down. Take them to Ishmael Perez when he does live. And also, if you've got any comments that you want to drop in the comments box down below, share your thoughts. I love to hear your thoughts. I love to hear what you think and things like that. I love to interact with you guys. And also, if you'd like to do a live with me, send me an email, alright? Drop it in my email in the description box down below or in my bio of my channel. Okay, and we'll just go live and do a live together. I'll give you the floor. You can share whatever it is that is on your heart, right? This is our heart mind. Okay guys, I love you so much. If you like this video, please rock that like, subscribe and share. I appreciate all subscribers, everybody who shares and everyone who watches. If you want to see more videos, they'll be either side. I love you. I thank you for being here. Have an awesome day, guys. Don't have a good day, but have a great day. Love you. Alright. See you on the next video, guys. Alright, bye. Bye, guys.